Good day. I'd like just to provide a brief update on the current fire status and talk about some of the challenges and successes that we've had over the past few days. So since the start of the season, the BC Wildfire Service has responded to about 1,312 wildfires, and that's resulted in just over 556,000 hectares of area burned. There's currently 249 active wildfires burning in BC. 34 of those are wildfires of note. So 173 of these are due to natural causes and 17 of them are due to human-caused fires. The 10-year average for this time of year is 760 fires for a total of about 114,000 hectares burned. I'm really pleased to report it's been a week of steady progress. And over the past 7 days, the average numbers of new fires per day has remained at around or below 7, and the total number of fires burning at any one time has remained below 250. Visibility remains a challenge due to wildfire smoke and has been hampering our aviation operations. The safety of our staff is always the number one priority, and we need to follow Transport Canada regulations when we're flying. And even with those visibility challenges, we've flown over 4,000 hours with our air tanker fleet and over 23,000 hours with our helicopters. The rain received over the weekend has curbed the fire behavior, but not enough to make only for a short period of time, allowing our crews to make progress on those incidents. However, the amount of rain was not enough to make any long-term impact, and we'll see a return to those extremely dry conditions to the southern interior today and tomorrow. And conditions for the rest of the week remain variable across the province. It's only early August and there's still a significant amount of fire on the landscape. Everyone needs to remain diligent. I'd like to take a moment to thank all British Columbians for their diligence and their caution. The vast majority of new starts over the long weekend were due to natural causes. Of the very small handful of human-caused wildfires, all have been declared out, they're under control, or they're being held. I just wanted to send out a reminder to everyone that all BC Wildfire Service personnel and contractors are provided with personal protective equipment. This is related to their jobs and all the COVID-19 related supplies. Personnel adhere to these COVID public health orders and guidelines to ensure that operations can continue safely throughout the province. In indoor areas, all personnel are required to physically distance, wear masks, and sanitize. And this is a requirement that's necessary products are all necessary products are provided, including masks. So be wary of any online requests of the nature that are unsolicited by the BC Wildfire Service, and any donation made cannot be accepted. We appreciate your understanding and support. And so far, the 2020 season has been a very busy one for our crews. And if you're looking for a way to actively support our crews and personnel, we encourage you to post a sign thanking them for their work. So thank you.
Our next update will be from Brendan Rouse, Director of Response with Emergency Management, BC.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. We at Emergency Management BC want to acknowledge the impacts this wildfire season has had on British Columbians. We know that people lost their homes. We know that at current count, we have over 4,500 properties on evacuation order and over 21,000 on evacuation alert, some of them for protracted lengths of time. We know that businesses have been impacted, and all across British Columbia, people are feeling the impacts of wildfire smoke. I just want to let you know that we're working in partnership with the BC Wildfire Service, with other provincial ministries, with other emergency management partners, and critically with First Nations and local authorities to ensure that British Columbians are provided the supports that they need to make it through this challenging time. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next update will be from Dr. Bonnie Henry, Provincial Health Officer.
Thank you very much, and it is my privilege to be speaking to you today from the traditional and unceded territories of the Lekwungen-speaking people, now known as the Songhees and Esquimalt First Nations. And I wanted to bring up two things today. One is, as was mentioned, where the effects of wildfire smoke, both from fires here in BC, but also from our neighbors to the south in Washington state, have been affecting many different areas of the province right now. And just to remind people, wildfires can exacerbate some chronic conditions that people have. Smoky air makes it harder for your lungs to get oxygen into your blood and can cause irritation to the respiratory system, and also can lead to inflammation, which can cause other symptoms for people. So the things to look out for are eye irritation, runny nose, sore throat, mild cough and feeling like you have phlegm in your throat, wheezy breathing and headaches. These are very common and usually can be managed on their own. But for some people, they can have more severe symptoms like shortness of breath, severe cough, dizziness, chest pain, heart palpitations, or heart racing. If you have those conditions, particularly if you're somebody with a history of lung or heart problems, then you should seek medical attention, whether that's calling 811, whether that's talking to your healthcare provider, or if you are experiencing extreme short of breath, calling 911. We know that different people respond differently to wildfire smoke, and some people are at higher risk, and those people are particularly people whose health is compromised by such things as asthma or COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, and people with conditions such as heart disease, diabetes, cancer, and mental illness are also at increased risk, as are pregnant women and people caring for infants. And you need to, the best thing that we can do is to prevent exposure to wildfire smoke, which means not going outside if possible, keeping windows closed, having filters in your forced air, HEPA filtration in your home if that's possible, or staying with a neighbor or a friend, or visiting libraries, community centers, shopping malls, and other places that have cleaner air. I know this time is challenging because we've also had heat along with the wildfire smoke, and we do need to pay attention to heat because it can be deadly, as we've known across this past weekend as well. So it is important for people to take precautions to protect one another from heat and from wildfire smoke. And if you're somebody who's not affected by wildfire smoke so much, make sure you check on your family and friends who may be. And finally, I just want to, this is an important part in our place in our COVID-19 immunization program. Tomorrow is Walk-In Wednesday. And we know that many people who've been displaced because of the wildfires, because of the issues that we've had across the province, may not have had the opportunity to get their second dose or to get their first dose. And tomorrow's an opportunity across the province for people to walk in and get those important vaccines that will protect you from COVID-19, as we've seen a surge in cases, particularly in the interior, and will also protect those around you. So I recommend everybody who hasn't had that opportunity, tomorrow is Walk-In Wednesday. There'll be opportunities all across the province for people to get caught up on their vaccines. Thank you.